Olesh and what you're hearing about that, because I'm hearing on that one.
I'm hearing it's going, it's
Yeah, you're
cooking.
hearing, okay.
It's
Okay.
looking good, bro. So a
Okay.
major turn of events today, which we kind of saw this one coming. Georgia received a commitment from Caleb Edwards, 4-star. Or I'm sorry, I said Georgia. Apologies, I meant Alabama. Red schools, Southern schools are all the same, really. But anyways, so Caleb Williams committed to Alabama. Alabama was our biggest threat for Andrew Olesh. Andrew Olesh is going to be committing on, let's see, I have it here, July 8th, which is next Monday. Okay, so be on the lookout for Andrew Olesh's commitment next Monday. He did push it back a week. He was going to commit July 1st. He wanted to push it back so we can get his announcement in order and get everything together. Plus, there was a lot of people committing July 1st. He kind of wanted the day for himself. So, there was also some other kids, which we'll get to, who were going to announce their commitment, who were supposed to maybe or maybe not be in Michigan's class, things like that. Whatever. We'll get to those also. But it is looking good for Andrew Olesh. I mean, listen, Alabama is still trying to get Andrew Olesh. They're trying to be like, okay, look, we will carry 2 tight ends. Michigan has another tight end in Eli Owens. But here's the problem. Eli Owens is an H-back. He is the Ben Bredesen hybrid in terms of the fullback tight end hybrid H-back. So that's a completely different type of tight end. What Alabama has is not a completely different type of tight end. So again, it looks good for Michigan. I have a lock on Andrew Olesh. I feel good about it. I really need a win right now because I've hit some strikes.
I'm pulling for you.
Yeah, I struck out on a couple. We'll get into those. I'll explain why. I like to explain, like, you guys want to know why did I put the lock in. I'll give you a little bit of why, what my thinking process was, what I know or what happened. We'll get to that later in the segment. But Andrew Olesh is looking good. So be on the lookout for a July 8th commitment. We will definitely stay tuned. It is recruiting. Nothing's guaranteed in life, especially commitments. So we'll see.
No man knows the future, as Jim Harbaugh said. I will say there's a really cool article, if those of you who are subscribed on 3, from Andrew Olesh's dad, who got to work out with Sharon Moore and really got a sense for the culture and got a sense for what it was like to go through the Michigan program. Seemed pretty impressed. So that does look like a positive indicator. If you're subscribed, you could check that article out. That was really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no. So it's looking good. Our next man of the hour, we can talk about Andrew Marsh. Hey guys, that's looking strong as hell. His family loves Michigan. He loves Michigan. Michigan's pushing the whole. We're looking to evolve the playbook. We need a guy like you to help us evolve the playbook. We will evolve it if we have the guys. So Andrew Marsh is really liking what he's hearing. He is looking to come back for barbecue at the Big House, which is major. We will have that covered because that is going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be huge. They're going to be going in. Michigan's going to be so aggressive that weekend. Not only are they going to be attacking 25s, they're going to be going after 2026. Brady Hart's going to be there. Carter Smith's going to be there. All the QBs are going to be there. I think Trey Taylor, which is going to be QB1 for 2027, that's who they're targeting. He's going to be there. Major weekend. A bunch of big-time elite recruits for 2026 and 2025 will be there. We'll have that covered. It's like 2-3 weeks. It's like 3 weeks away. So, we'll let it breathe a little bit. More kids will be confirming visits. So that's huge. But Andrew Marsh is looking to commit in August right now, because he wants to, take a little bit more time, make sure he's happy. But this will be, I think, Andrew Marsh's 3rd or 4th visit in the last 2 months. So, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking really good. I also have a lock on Andrew Marsh. I put one in last week. I feel really good about that one right now. We'll see where it goes, but it's definitely a recruitment we'll keep our eyes on, and I will definitely update you as it goes. And then our boy Justin coming through again, bro. What's up, man? Hey, Justin, John, you want to read that?
Yeah. And by the way, I feel good about Marsh too. I've heard nothing but positive indicators from Michigan. $10. Justin, Michigan family, pay your respect to Andrew Marsh for his father's service to our country. Thank you. I heard he is going to commit on his father's birthday or Veterans Day. Okay.
Well, that would make a lot of sense. I do know August is the month he's looking at right now. We'll see. I don't have a date confirmed or anything of that nature. It was going to be in November. He's moved it up, guys. So it was going to be in November. He's moved it to August. Now there is no set date yet publicly. We'll have to see. We'll see, and we'll keep you guys updated as we go. And our next prospect that we're going to talk about is Philip Wright. Okay,
Yep.
so there's some things I'll lay back on that I knew about that I'll just chill on. But here's what I do know: he's looking to commit July 13th. That's great. That's also next week. So I believe that's Saturday next week. Let's look at the old calendar here. Yep. So Saturday next week is when he's looking to commit. So I'd be on the lookout for 2 commits for the University of Michigan next week, getting our class back in momentum, a nice little momentum swing, especially with Barbecue at the Big House coming up at the end of the month. Right. By the way, guys, listen, I'll do a recruiting breakdown if he commits to Michigan, which I do think he will. And I do have a lock on him as well. Boys, we're talking stupid fast. Like we're talking 10-4-800-meter fast. This kid is the real flash. He's faster than Xavier Worthy was when Xavier Worthy was a junior. Xavier Worthy ran a 10.5 500 meter. This kid's running a 10.48. He's faster than Denard Robinson when Denard Robinson was a junior. That's the type of speed we're talking about. It's stupid fast. I mean, Xavier Worthy broke the 40 in the NFL Combine. I highly recommend checking his highlight tape out on Huddle. If not, you guys can wait because I will definitely be covering it when he commits. I'm a big fan of this kid. I mean, if you have Andrew Marsh in your class, you got Philip Wright and Jacob Washington. That's a really damn strong wide receiver recruiting is better than running back recruiting right now in a sense, in terms of just the although I mean, look, Jasper Parker has been showing out too in camps lately. I'm looking forward to covering him. So John's gonna pull it up. He's like, I got to see this.
Just for a second, yeah.
Yeah, check him out. No, go for it, man. Show everybody what we're talking about. Look at this kid's speed, guys. I mean, listen, we're talking
deep.
tape. Hey, you got to get the sound off, John.
Oh.
Yeah, just look at him. Look at him on this end around. Like this is like some Jameson Williams shit right here. Yeah, I mean, we'll just let the film do the talking. We're talking stupid fast, guys. I mean, this kid's this is the real flash. I got a little something for the thumbnail. Be on the lookout for my thumbnail. I already created it, by the way. I've already created some thumbnails. I'll just say I've created some commitment thumbnails because that's how confident I'm feeling about certain things. But I'll release those when they happen. Yeah, so those are looking good. Extremely optimistic about the current direction of those. And then Andrew Babalola. So this is another major recruitment for us. We need this, especially after the Hardy Watts news, which we'll talk about next topic. Michigan last week just made another attempt. They had another meeting with them. I believe it was last week. And they're also, like Shamari Earls, being a little more aggressive, explaining where he fits, his path to playing time, as well as NIL and things like that. Michigan is trying very hard. Andrew Babalola is looking to commit in August, I believe. Right now, it is a Stanford-Michigan battle with Oklahoma. I'd say in the distance. So yeah, they're trying. Obviously, right now, Michigan has Caden Strayhorn and Avery Gash, who just won MVP at the Rivals 5-star camp. Looked like a man amongst boys at that camp. Extremely strong outing for Andrew Gash. If anyone hasn't seen it, there's film out there. I put it on my social media. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, give me a follow at TJ_Ronin. We follow all of this because our shows are Tuesday and Thursday, and there's a lot that happens in the week. So I drop things here and there. But yeah, man. I mean, so they're looking to add Babalola. They do want at least 3 offensive linemen in this class. Right now we're at 2. We'll see where it goes, man. I think Michigan's like Shamari Earls, they're giving it their best effort. But with with Babalola, academics is a really big deal. And as crazy as it sounds, well, Stanford can actually say it's better than Michigan. And they're like they're like the only school who can do that, in terms of like a football, a D1, power, not even a power program, but, just a D1 program in a power 4. So,
yeah,
I mean, good for them.
As a card carrying, Michigan Wolverine, got that diploma over there, and I mean, I will defend Michigan's academics all day, but on this one, you're right. Stanford has been ranked about 16 higher on the various rankings for academics. However, there are certain programs that I do think Michigan, depending on what he wants to do in college, there are certain programs at Michigan that are better than Stanford. But as a whole, as a university, I think Stanford has to have the edge. And yeah, they're one of the few that you could say that. But then you look at the results on the field. I don't think you can completely ignore the results on the field. Even though I know Stanford, they've got a new coach. They are recruiting pretty well. Given the fact that they've gone 3-9, 3-9, and 3-9 the last 3 years. So that's 9 wins, and I'm not Ferris, but a lot of losses. 36 or whatever, 30, 30 or whatever. It's a lot of losses. So yeah, not if I were Babalola, you look at least a little bit. I mean, if it was like 7-5 even. 8-4 over there.
Right.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I don't know, man. I agree. I mean, look, dude, Michigan, dude, you're not losing anything with Michigan. You'll still be, if football doesn't work out, which it will if you come to Michigan. We freaking pump offensive line. We have the most offensive line in the NFL right now, man. We got, we're O-line U right now. I mean,
we sent like 5 of them to didn't 5 of them get drafted or something like that?
No, they didn't all get Drake Nugent didn't get drafted. They didn't all get drafted, but look. And this was our first year actually in the last 3 years where every starting offensive lineman wasn't drafted. But
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, if you want elite offensive line development, you come to Michigan. I mean, that's just what you do. I mean, look, Miles Hinton was his player host when he came for his official visit. Miles Hinton transferred from Stanford. There's no better player host to have than that. So we'll see what Michigan can do. It's a major one. But Mark threw out a question. I love this question. He goes, TJ, with all the targets left, if you could only get 3 of them, who would you want? This is a great question. This is fun. If I could name three players, out of all the available prospects, it'd be 1, Shamari Earls, 2, Owasu Boateng, and then 3. It's between Andrew Marsh and Babalola. I think I'm gonna go Babalola. Babalola, man. I think I am, just because we need that elite trench play. That's Michigan's identity. I love Andrew Marsh though. All right, give me 4. I'm doing Andrew Marsh. You know what I mean? But those 3 are game changers. Those 3 are even Andrew Marsh is too. I'm not even trying to sell Andrew Marsh short. It's just that's a tough question. But if we could land, if we could get all 4 of them, and by the way, Michigan's looking either really good or is trailing second and aggressively pursuing. Look, man, that's serious shit. So we'll see what Michigan can do, man. We will definitely, again, all your, if you guys want your recruiting updates and all, we're going to keep you tapped in, man. We got you. And anyone who's been watching us for months knows this. We have a bunch of new viewers. If you're new to the channel, you're new to watching us, give us a subscribe. Yeah. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a bell, and we got you, man.
For sure. Let's see here. We got Wolverine Nation. I forgot this one. Wolverine Nation, $1.99. Appreciate you. Reminding everybody to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. The show people just keep coming in. That's great. So if everybody hits the like button on your way in, just make even more people aware of the show from the YouTube algorithm. And so Wolverine Nation reminding us that. And yeah,
thank you, Tim. Shout out to Tim. Did you get Justin's? Oh yeah, we got that one. Okay, I'm making sure we got it. Make sure we're not missing anybody.
Wait a minute.
Holy shit. You see that?
Yeah.
Hey Justin, Blue Wolverines coming for your top spot, bro. Hey Moose, Blue Wolverines coming. He's swinging for the fences right now. Blue Wolverine. Oh my god, bro. So shout out to you, obviously. Hey. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody too. This is everybody. Everyone, listen, our moderators. Hey, our moderators have been day ones. We appreciate you, facts. We talk about you guys all the time. We talk about you. Listen, we brag about you guys to the rest of the community and the network. Nobody's got a community like we got a community. Our community goes to the rest of the network and lets them know the deal, because Michigan is that team, bro. We are that team. We are that channel, and we appreciate that. And then to our, everyone contributing from our members, everyone who's a member, we appreciate you. Everyone's super chatting. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of shit I wake up every day and I'm like, all right, how do we make this channel better? Because you guys are giving back to us. We got to give back to you. So we appreciate all of you guys. Blue Wolverine, you're the shit, bro. Thank you very much for your very generous super chat.
Yeah, yeah. Blue Wolverine has been really putting in the work the last couple of weeks and really coming in and joining us more. We've had a couple of folks come over from the various channels and the even some Buckeye channels who have played in the sandbox. Some not so much, but those who have played in the sandbox, we appreciate it. Blue Wolverine, obviously, as a Wolverine, and now with all these contributions and YouTube membership, I mean, couldn't be happier. Go Blue, and thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just it's just appreciated because it's like,
yeah,
it's just confirmation that we're doing what we need to do, and like we're not settling either. It's like Dusty Mayer, it's like Jared Wagner, like, all right, it's good, but we got work to do. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, a couple of these comments here from the YouTube members. Just giving Blue Wolverine some love there. Moose, there it is. I mean, absolutely.
We got
and one more. Shit.
Nick coming through. U of M cares about people. No paycheck from like Ohio. Yeah, those guys down south. No doubt. Michigan. Listen, man. The fan base. That's what we're talking about. Like when Julius High was talking about the people of Michigan. Michigan is just it's like every fan base has like their I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, John? Like they're like types, and Michigan's just a different breed. Michigan State's got its type. Michigan fan base has its type. And look, man, I'll just say this: I'm damn glad to be a fan of the Michigan Wolverine, entire university, bro. I was gonna say football team, but it doesn't stop there either. We support all athletics at Michigan.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. So absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we do have some we gave you the sunshine. Now we got to give you a little bit of rain here.
A little. Really more just intel.
But for good reasons.
Yeah.
I respect especially this first one that we're going to hear about, Marco Jones to Texas A&M, TJ, after you kind of shared with me why.
Yeah, definitely. So, and also we got to bring up, John, I don't know if you saw my, I gave you my locks, my updated lock list. So everyone can keep up to date with me. I got to be more transparent with it. That's on me for not being transparent in the past. But my goal is to be transparent on my locks so we can all keep score together and see where I am at the end of the cycle. But Marco Jones going to Texas A&M. Look, I locked in Marco Jones. I'm taking an L here. Why did I lock in Marco Jones? Why did I lock? Because one, I was able to speak with his dad about a month ago, and I was really encouraged by what I heard about what he was saying about Michigan. And so there was that. And then secondly, USC and Texas, not A&M, but Texas and USC, their recruiting people felt Michigan was in the lead. This was about a week ago. He took an official visit to USC last week, and it was very underwhelming. And the reports out of it were very underwhelming. And there was a lot of smoke that Michigan was the leader. And on top of that, my guys, guys that I talked to, my intel, they were saying Michigan felt good. And like a lot of my sources are Michigan people, Michigan circles. So I got it from the Michigan perspective. They were feeling good. And if anyone was following social media, you would know Michigan was feeling good about it. But look, Texas A&M did win overall. It wasn't strictly NIL at all. Of course, they're offering NIL, but a big draw for Marco Jones was baseball. Believe it or not, baseball. And this is where not having Eric Backage, not paying him the $1 million, not giving him the facilities he wanted, which he wanted. And I know this because my financial doesn't matter. I got a guy who knows. Okay, we'll just say that. But who knows that situation fairly good. And so because Michigan wasn't willing to give Backich what he was looking for, which was a matching contract and facilities, he went down south to coach baseball, and our baseball program hasn't recovered. So that's an unfortunate situation. It'd be nice to have Eric Backich, but it is what it is. So Marco Jones he's a two-sport athlete. He plays baseball and football. He loves both. He's a great athlete. So look, he went to A&M. I took an L here. Obviously, I took an L on Maxwell Roy. That happened Monday. Look, Maxwell Roy was a silent. He's been a silent for 3 weeks. I will always lock in a silent. That's my rule. So if I'm locking in a kid, it doesn't mean they're all silents. Not every kid I lock in is not a silent. But if a kid is a silent, and not only is he telling the coaching staff, but he's also telling the kids in the recruiting class that he's in, I'm not going to not lock it. So I'm definitely that's where I got the L there. It happens. He went to OSU. OSU was able to flip it last minute. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. We keep it moving. Hardy Watts. This is an interesting situation. I also put a lock in for Hardy Watts. Hardy Watts was a silent. Hardy Watts was not only did he let the coaching staff know he wanted to be a part of Michigan, he also let all the players in the class know he wanted to be at Michigan. He's been a silent for a minute. I told you guys for about 3 weeks I feel really good about Hardy Watts. Well, Wisconsin made a move, and they offered playing time. They sold him. Look, there's an easier pathway here at Wisconsin to get to start quicker than there is at Michigan. And we do know this, guys. At Michigan, these kids, Giovanni Ohadi, a top 100 recruit, Andrew Gentry, a top 100 recruit, these kids are taking 3 years to get to start, to even attempt to start. Look at Greg Crippen. They brought in Drake Nugent last year, right? Drake Nugent comes in, starts over Greg Crippen. Now it's Greg Crippen's time. Now we have Raheem Anderson, another highly ranked center. I think he was the number 1 or number 2, maybe even number 3 center in the nation. When we got him, he came in the same class as Greg Crippen. He's behind Greg Crippen. So there's a lot of competition at Michigan. For some kids, it's not for them. They don't want to battle like that. They want to know that there is an opportunity that is more promised. And that's just the way it goes. And that's recruiting. So those are my 3 L's. Those are my explanations why. We're looking to end that, though, because that's some bullshit. I don't like seeing red. I'm not an Ohio State fan, and I don't want to see it anyway.
Yeah, too much crimson.
Yeah, red is like blood and death. That ain't good, bro. We're talking. I want blue, water, life, goodness. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going. Yeah. So next week, hey, I got 2 guys, Andrew Olesh and Philip Wright, making decisions. I'm feeling good about it. Let's turn this around and get some dubs.
Yeah, real quick on these 2. I mean, once you told me about Marco Jones, I was like, that makes sense. They were very close to winning a natty, right? Or they were like in the top 2. So that level of facilities, totally understand it.
Yeah.
And then, the other one, playing time, okay. It was a little shocking. Wisconsin, really, they've not exactly been that great, but I understood playing time. It does take a while to get on the field at Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing at Michigan. Like, look, Darren talks ball, certified ball. Know where Darren talks ball. Give him a Michigan Nation. Look him up. Watch his content. He covers Big Ten. Give him a subscribe. Hey, he's definitely a friend of the program. But he's right. We took 5 offensive linemen last year. So you got 5 last year. You also have the recruiting classes previously where Michigan's loaded up, and then you have 2 dogs this year. And look, it's tough in Michigan, and you know this too. Michigan, every portal season is going to look for a guy. We added Josh Preby this year. It's hard here. This is why it's O-line U. For some kids, it's for them. For other kids, it's not. So it is what it is. And to be honest too, don't get too down about it, because in reality, some of these kids are the type. I don't want to. All right, I don't want to put that on him because we don't know. But there are kids where they'll jump in the portal. It's not for them. So this weeds things out. Michigan gets the guys it wants, gets the kids who stick around. This is why Michigan is one of the lower, portal losses in not only all of college football, but in the Big Ten. So, hey, we just keep it going, bro. It's not done yet. Michigan's, we're still looking good. The class is still good. Top 10. I'm not buying that right now. I'm hoping to get top 12. I do think we can get top
12
15.
would be nice.
12
would be nice.
Especially because what their plans for next year, guys, are major. So, especially with Brady Hart, it's major. So we'll definitely, again, we got you. We'll keep you guys up to date on all of it.